If you're my child in the future and you're wondering how I met your mom, it was by chance. I had to travel all the way from point A to point B to find her. And if I hadn't taken that chance, I don't know what my life would have become. I feel like sometimes that God actually has a special place in his heart for me because he helped me to find the right woman, even when I didn't deserve it, even when I was reckless, I was strong-headed, I was like Jonah in the belly of the fish. I wanted to go this way. God dragged Jonah, said, you must go this way. I was like, let me the heck alone. He said, lie. You die here. Sometimes you don't see what God has planned for you. I wasn't a settling guy, like, family guy. I wanted to be free. I wanted to be a bird in the sky. Nothing holding me down, but God said, you die here. So this is me acknowledging you, the things you've done in my life, the things you're doing. You surprise me every single day. Sometimes I ask myself, how lucky could one guy be? So thank you for being a part of my life.
Welcome to Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
Welcome to the Besty and Smoke podcast, the BS podcast. How are you doing today? Hopefully you are doing just as amazing as we are. We are just really happy to be here today. Of course, this is the place where we get to converse and we get to talk about real life stuff, family stuff, friendship stuff, take you up from the lowest ebbs of experiences. And I'm not here alone. I've got my co-host, the B in the BS.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well. I think I'm in a very good mood today.
Yes, you are.
I shouldn't be.
You should be. Why shouldn't you be? You should be.
I don't know, a whole lot of things, trying to.
Come on, seriously.
Start.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't give in. Just let the good feeling just rule.
That's right.
Just let it take full.
And I'm liking our new setting today.
Mm-hmm.
We just might be mixing things up a little bit. So, how are you?
Well, from the last time we did this to now, I say I'm still here. I'm still here.
Still here. That doesn't inspire.
I've had a bit of stressful moments or stressful periods or stressful kind of
life
time.
is stressful.
Yeah, it is. But sometimes it seems like it's more stressful than the other times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
the stress in life is kind of incremental, having this cumulative effect
where
to
I
it.
come from, they say you are funny.
You can't boast
With
over
stress,
your suffering.
yes.
Don't they use suffer head boast?
As in boast, you can't. So if it's tough for you, if it's not really as good as you want it to be, based on not having time for yourself or always caught up in something, man, go use that one today doing younger. Because
That's
who
right.
wouldn't like to let it all hang loose? When I say let it all hang loose, I mean literally. Who wouldn't like that once in a while?
Literally, let it all hang loose. Like, man, I really love to do that sometimes.
Jesus.
I really do that sometimes.
Of course you do. You have, men can easily let it all hang loose, because they have something to let hang loose.
Women can too, let it all hang loose.
You mean the girls?
Women.
Yes. Women can let them girls hang loose.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yes. And that's what I mean. Like, it feels good to...
I prefer women letting the ladies hang loose, not the girls.
Girls, ladies, okay. I think whichever goes. So, how about you? Seriously, how have you been?
I've been surprisingly okay. Not surprisingly. From the last time was really dark, melancholic. That was the day I was talking about
Getting old.
having your
was
parents get old.
No.
Oh, okay. That was the 4th episode.
Yes.
Man, look how far we've come.
Yes.
The 5th episode actually was whether soulmates do exist.
Exist.
You need to catch up on these episodes, man. Every single one of them has been absolutely off the hook.
Yes.
Okay.
And thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to our YouTube channel. If you haven't and you just stumbled upon this, please subscribe. Okay. The more the merrier.
And just in case you are looking for us, we are the BS podcast. That's Besty and Smoke podcast everywhere. That's at BS podcast NG. Okay, so just do that. We appreciate you. Now, back to the question of how I am. I've been pretty okay. The last two episodes, episode 4 was really dark. That was when I was talking about my mom getting old, the whole Shakespearean concept of the second childhood and all of that. Now, from then to now, one episode down, I feel good.
Oh.
I'm okay. The blood pressure is no longer a problem, at least not for now. I'm just pitchy.
I wanted to say I'm kind of doing the Lord's work. But...
Yes, you are.
Oh, hey. Well,
I'm in a good mood.
I didn't know I was going to like get that so like that. I didn't like, I thought I was going to like really fight for it. Like, but
yeah, we're still in business, baby.
Oh, yes, we are.
To you.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
So
Yes.
yeah, I'm
Today-
good. I'm good, and hopefully you are good as well.
I am good.
Right?
I'm good. I am.
Am I doing the Lord's
Oh,
work?
you are doing more than the Lord's work, baby. You are.
I'm hitting the spot, right?
Yes, you are. You've always known how to hit the spot.
I would like to dwell a little bit longer on that because it's going to put
Can you behave yourself?
exclamation on my steez. It's for the gamers.
Oh, I can't.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
So, what are we talking about today?
Now, we will be talking about today how I met your mother.
Finding a mate.
I actually said how I met your mother because there's a movie there's actually a series like
I think
that.
you should say how I met your father.
No,
And for me, it would be how
there
I
are two
met
of them.
your mother.
Oh, yeah, there are two of them. How I met your father, how I met your mother.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For you, it should be how I met your father. And for me, it should be how I met your mother. And if you're my child, this is a letter to my unborn child. You'll probably be watching this sometime in the future. And I'm about to talk about how I met your mom.
I feel like I should let you go first. Talk about this, how you met, me.
No, but this is essentially about meeting a mate.
Yes,
It's not really
meeting a mate. It's not about meeting us,
It's not our story. It's about meeting a mate. How
Telling a little bit of ourselves, about our story. Like, ain't gonna hurt no one. So
yeah, but I'm not going to insert myself in the middle of this. Like it's all about me or it's all
Certainly.
about us. I'm a humble person, so meeting a mate really definitely. It's really about finding the right person for you. It's like a sequel from where that soulmates exist, but this is not all about that. We're talking about mates in general. Okay, could be your spouse, your husband, your wife, could even be your boyfriend, whoever you consider to be your mate. How can you meet them? Where can you meet them? What's in your head when you think about your mate? Who is your mate?
the person you want to, say that I do.
The ideal mate in your head. You know how people have
Yes,
this idea
your
of
spec.
your spec.
Yeah.
One guy going to pursue you. The guy going to shower
See,
attention on
Listen,
you.
if the guy
say,
no be your
that guy
spec,
will be my spec.
if he not be your spec, no settle. While you're saying this, I need to say something, okay? If someone is not your spec and you, for certain, have good reasons why they are not your spec, not everyone is your spec. No settle, Joe. And the same goes to a man, okay? Listen, I'm a fan of if you know what you want, you prepare yourself for it and you make sure you're worthy of that. So if you know what you're worth and you're worthy of it, and someone who is approaching you is not your spec, whether you're a man or a woman, please make sure you get what you deserve. That's just it. And I waited and I did. So why tell you to settle for less when you can get better?
So how do you find a mate? First of all, you need to identify your mate.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your mate? Okay, sometimes you have this list, especially the ladies. They have a list of, he has to be tall,
You
It doesn't have to
be-
have a pot belly.
you have to have, no,
you know?
no, that's not realistic now.
What?
You have to be tall. You're supposed to get 6 packs or stuff.
Yeah, women are
that's not
women are
realistic.
usually like that.
Okay, seriously. Let's be real. You want a man who looks like who am I going to use for example?
Johnny Bravo.
No, not Johnny Bravo. Like I need like someone people know, like couple.
Like Banky and Adeshua.
Yeah, you want maybe a guy who looks like Banky. Do you look like Adeshua, honey? The thing that is, you keep your standard here. You keep your your taste like up there, but you're not like matching that which you want. So I think while we're talking about what you want and you have to also be realistic.
Yeah. Sometimes pop culture affects the idea people have of mating, of finding a mate, or being with a mate, or getting married, being in a relationship. We allow fantasies that we see around us, especially on social media, previously on television. But I think television still has a huge hold on people, particularly young women. Okay, so for those who watch a lot of Nollywood, they want someone like back in the day was Mekaike, was Jim Ike. I really actually liked Jim Ike. I never watched a lot of Nollywood movies, but Jim Ike stood out for me. I never really understood why people. Okay, let me not say that. I was about to say I never really understood why people liked Emeka Ike a lot, but I'm not going to say that.
Lover man, the Mr. Lover Love.
Why?
He was the lover man.
Ramsey Noah was
like this guy's. You talk
typical.
about Emeka, you talk about Jim Ike. Yeah, Jim Ike was the kind of the tough kind of the guy your mama wants you to stay out of, like stay away from.
Yeah.
But you not go hear what you go just they put your head there. So that was the part Jim Ike played. But when you talk about Emeka, Ramsey Noah, who else? Emeka Nyocha, they had their
one actor who has remained iconic in his roles and who has never deviated from that is Kanayo Kanayo. I mean that guy has been stamped
I think
as the ritualist. And now that social media skits are very popular.
He's leveraging on
He's
that.
now leveraging on that coming out.
And that's what it takes to be a good actor. Oh my God, we are deviating again today. Now talking about Nollywood.
So what I'm saying is, right, people allow what they see on TV to influence the choices they make in their life, in real life. And you forget that life shouldn't imitate art. It's rather the other way around. Art imitating life. Okay? So we'll put things on their heads and you see the latest guy out there. This is something Zuby Michaels, for instance, and you want a Zuby Michael for yourself. That's all you think about. That's what you want. And when someone good for you comes along, you don't want that because you have not successfully identified who your mate is. You've allowed fantasy to becloud your judgment.
I think you asked me one time how there's this couple. You asked how did they meet each other, because in your head
they were mismatched.
They were not like, you felt like one was settling. Now settling is when people believe that you're with someone who you are
better than.
I wouldn't say better than as a human being, but in terms of class and
still better than.
Yeah, but nobody's in terms of as a human being. I'm trying to say you're worth everything you believe you're worth. Don't forget that.
All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than the others.
No one is saying that you should settle, but sometimes we keep our fantasies, and it's okay to have fantasies.
Over the top.
It's okay to imagine having that guy who, for instance, let's use money.
What does the average guy look like? What kind of life does the average guy live? Is the average guy a popular dude with 6 packs, drives a luxury car,
wagon?
Talks the way you want, acts the way you like, and average people are not like that.
Yeah. Can I tell you a quick story?
So you have to cut your coat according to your cloth.
A quick story.
That means,
Okay.
that means you have to match your expectations according to what's on the ground,
Absolutely.
what's available.
Absolutely. So a quick story. There was this guy who back in, like you would say for my life, I did this hookup show. So he kind of reached out to me, which I used to hook people up, well, not like hook up for marriage. So this guy reached out to me. He showed a lot of interest, how he really wanted to settle down, how he wanted to do this. And I now investigated him. I realized that, he's actually okay. He's, he was what he said he was. So I kind of, I think I should really do extra stuff to actually help him find, his mate or a match. So I went on the journey looking for someone. I found two potential,
So you were the Tinder on radio.
No, I wasn't Tinder. Tinder is more like you swipe because you like this person. It might be just for hookups or stuff, but this was really like
To help people who are finding
who are
it
ready
difficult.
for a serious commitment. That's more like
So what happened with the guy?
So the guy, I now take it upon myself to, look for potential people, women I know they're ready to settle down. And I met two people, I spoke to them. So I linked him up with these two women. So he met the first one, was like, yeah, can he check out the second one? So I was like, okay, because I needed to make sure that you had your options, because it's not like, on a personal. Okay, long story short, he met the second one. He wasn't interested. So I was like, okay, can you be specific? Because everything you mentioned were what I looked, what I used to find this woman. Story short, he said, can I find someone?
That's actually the second time saying long story short.
Yeah. Okay.
And the story keeps getting longer.
So now it being short, he said, can I get him a replica?
Of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of me.
It was probably that was probably the picture right from the beginning. That was the play. That was the play right from the beginning. You know what I'm talking about?
He never indicated interest, but a replica of me that kind of told me I was wasting my time, because he wasn't really ready to, let me do, because I was looking for people who
were available.
Not really available. Like they were character-wise. These people were.
Are you saying
good.
character-wise you didn't fit the bill?
Of course, character-wise I fit the bill, but I wasn't available. So yes, people who were available. Yes, but he wasn't really. I don't think he. Anyways, a man could dream. So what the heck?
Okay, that happens. Sorry to the dude. It happens sometimes. I hope you got over that rejection.
No, there was no rejection.
So something else, right? You have to be where your mate is. It's like the thing with that story. He wasn't where his mate was.
By mate partner.
You have to put yourself, or maybe he did. You have to put yourself on the scenes, in the places where you find the people you are looking for. You can't be looking for someone in Jamaica while you are in Ajegunle. You see that?
That's deep.
So
that has an underlying meaning.
Yeah, you have to put yourself where your mate is, so that you can easily find them, and they'll be available to you, and you will be available to them. Okay, now if you're looking for a church girl, you have to make yourself available in a church. You have to put yourself within that environment.
Well, you can still find a church girl outside the church.
Yeah, but you have to typically put yourself there. That's where you have your options are better, theoretically speaking, because most situations can be kind of shaky when you think that a church girl, every girl in church is a church girl. I'm not trying to dump on church girls, but just master your expectations when you're expecting to find a church girl in the church. So bottom line is, place yourself where your mate will be found.
The idea of placing yourself where your mate would be found kind of got me thinking about some people when they have someone, for a better word, some people would call it a ready-made
idea.
Yeah, idea. That's someone who fits that ready-made idea they have, and they keep pursuing that person, and the person probably feels like, okay, being with this person is maybe settling, and they keep like, nah, but you keep pursuing, and you come, talking to somebody maybe on radio, why are men like this? Why are women like this? But in the same space or in the same person's life, they have someone who's reaching out to them, who is pursuing them, but you feel like you'll be settling for that person, while the person you're pursuing feels like they'll be settling with you. You don't want to get less, and that person doesn't want to get less.
Yeah, and this takes me back again to the whole idea of romance within pop culture. You want a specific thing, but you do not live within that space. You want a Nollywood Zubi Michael.
You keep using to be Michael.
Yeah, that's the only dude I can remember I know, right? I want to use someone that connects to young people out there.
Why? Okay, let's take it away from Hollywood now. You talk about Omale. You talk about...
Taking away from Nollywood. You see, that's the thing. You have to be where your mate is. Her mind is in Hollywood, but it should be in Nollywood.
Because don't quote me at that. I'm not much of a Nollywood movie watcher. I don't.
Now this is a good example of the thing. It's where your mind is, your head space.
Why are you now like you're drilling?
No. I want to use you as an example, right? You have to localize your expectations.
So since I don't want Jackpa, make I localize my expectations.
Where your mate is. Be realistic.
And that's where you find the saying that someone will tell you, there's this guy, I like this guy so much, but he don't like me. But there's this other one, I don't really like him that much, but that's the one that loves me. You get?
No, it's valid. I mean, we have love triangles like that.
We do.
And it doesn't mean you are wrong for not wanting the one who wants you and then wanting the one who doesn't want you. They said the heart wants what the heart wants.
Of course, but this is coming from a place where I've heard someone say it, and I had to ask the person, why is it you don't like the girl who likes you? His reason was that the other girl who he liked was a banker, but the other one,
you see,
it wasn't coming from a place of. So I was
that's that thing again. Okay, he likes the idea. This concept of what you want and not necessarily what you need. Now, to find a mate, you have to be intentional. What exactly do I need? Now, I'm not saying that your list is invalid. I'm not saying that if you want a hunk, you should go and marry someone that looks like Daniel Rega.
Money.
So that's what I'm saying essentially. Okay, Daniel is lanky and a hunk is well built and all of that. Daniel, no disrespect. Okay, I actually like you. They hate you, but it happens. Coming from a dude that has experienced lots of unmerited hate, I understand how you are misunderstood.
Rub people off the wrong way.
Yeah, so you have to be realistic. I'm not saying just completely discard the things you want because we want what we want, right? But be realistic about those things.
Yes,
okay?
You got to.
Are they real? Are they available where you are? That's that thing I was talking about, being in Jamaica. I mean, wanting someone in Jamaica, but being in Ajegunle. You have to be realistic unless you want to spend the rest of your days alone.
Searching.
If you live in a space where you have just men market men and all you want is someone like Smokey, it's going to be hard for you.
I just rolled my eyes and I hope you caught that.
Or if you are in a space where there are lots of Smokies and all you want is a chairman.
That
chairman. The money. The money.
Like weekend cruising.
It doesn't matter who does it with the homo. What matters is who take it to homo.
What's that?
It doesn't matter who does it with the homo. What matters is who take it to homo. So the thing is, be where your mate can be found. That's just bottom line.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.
And that brings us to the third part of this conversation, which is
Play your part.
Yes, baby, you
Play
got
your
to.
part.
Like the way I was yapped for not working out because I had to now hit the gym.
Yeah, if you want a Nollywood actress, dude, you have to be a Nollywood actor. You look the part.
so are you saying that all of this can get this?
I just love the way you personalize things.
I got to, man.
Like you have to
I got
insert
to, because
yourself
I
in
just-
the
I
middle,
just said
in the
one
middle
thing,
of stuff,
and you took it and you ran.
and you put me in that hot seat where everybody's looking at me and they're like, "What is he going to say? Let's watch him. Let's look at this guy. Observe him. You set me up every single time."
Wait, hold on. See what happened. I just said, that's
But
why you
yeah,
did something.
all
and I
of
had to
that,
hit the
all of
gym.
that, all of that. We'll get all of this and more, right?
All of that.
I think I've learned how to be diplomatic. You have to be. Look, for young men who are trying to get married, diplomacy is your best friend. I don't know if you guys have seen that video where a man is walking with his wife to the car and he's like, "My wife is the best woman in the world. Guys, being married is such a blissful thing, such a wonderful thing." He opens the car for the wife. The wife steps into the car. He bangs the door shut. And then he's like, "Real quick, guys, don't ever get married. It's the worst thing you can do to yourself." And then he walks around to the other side to get into the driver's seat. And he opens the door and it's like, "Honey."
People, I just want to tell you how grateful I am to be married to this beautiful Latina woman. Like, she changed my life. She made me become the man I want. Like, I love her. Mommy, tú no abres la puerta. I open the door for you.
Hi,
A woman like you,
Bobby.
you deserve
so
more than
sweet.
anything. Like, forget about it. Mira tú, nalga. Like, everything about her is just precious. Look at her. Like, people, I tell you, this bitch is crazy. Do not get married. She's miserable. She spends all the money. We're in debt. Like, become a pastor. Don't get married. You'll be like me. Look at my hair. Like, she's amazing. Like, I love her to death.
So, not to insult myself in this story,
So
but are you saying that being married is not the best thing right now?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just
So
telling a
that's literally-
story.
You told the story. It's about when you brought up the story. You just told the story like you're living the story.
No, what I'm
It
saying.
is what it is.
No, what I'm saying is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be diplomatic. Those men are not being diplomatic. They're being
Which men?
the men who would say one thing to their wives, but mean something, else.
So you being,
They're
but,
being-
but you're still being diplomatic doesn't mean that that's what you want to
they're
say.
being dubious. Now, being diplomatic is not being dubious.
Mm.
It's being a good husband. See how I'm struggling? You see how I'm struggling to get out of this bind I put myself in?
Okay.
I just went in and put my foot in it.
Yes, you did. Hey, Lord of mercy and compassion. It's just there. I want to really put but let me just
I applied myself.
let me not give it into it, because if I really say what I'm thinking,
Baby.
oh, Jim. Can you come again, please?
Oh, gracious.
Can you come again, please?
Goodness. Baby, you are the best and nothing like you. The silence is out of this world, like loud.
Can you say it again?
So-
Let me
so
record
play-
it.
so-
Hold on.
We're on camera, right?
Yes,
you
yes,
can
we
always
are.
you can always
Okay.
watch it over and over. Anytime you want. So basically, play your part.
Mm.
Okay. Be that person that you want to attract to yourself, because it's really important. You can't want an honest. Sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
go on.
You can't want an honest person
And not be honest.
and not be an honest person yourself. You can't want a certain character in people and not have it in you, because you would never be able to attract that person, right? Who has that character, who has those good qualities that you want, that you lack. We would definitely want people who are just like them, who are honest, who are straightforward, who are God-fearing, okay, who are considerate, just like they are. And if you're not those things and you want them, they're not going to want you back, because you are not that. So in order to be that person who's attractive to them, you have to be those qualities.
Absolutely.
So be who you want to
attract. Now, why people might say that opposite attracts,
Mm.
that is not a valid argument in this, because you need to be with someone who compliments you. So I don't see someone who is honest wanting to be with someone who is dishonest.
Yeah.
It's not going to work, because you would want to a certain level have someone who shares the same value as you. So if you want maybe someone who is kind, generous, you have to have the inkling of that in you as well. You have to be a bit considerate. You have to have
Not
that,
a bit considerate.
a
You
lot
have to be considerate
okay?
yourself.
Because it takes two, as I would say, to tango.
And
As I would say, like people say that all the time, but it does take two to do that.
And if you want a fine boy, you have to be a fine gal yourself. And if you want a fine gal, you have to be a fine boy.
We have Beauty and the Beast.
I know there is
Beauty and the Beast exist. So don't let this man tell you as a beast you cannot get the beauty. You can't get the beauty. But lately, I feel like it's
for those who want men
with the money you can get the
who
beauty.
want men who spend 20 billion on their body, right? You have to be worth all of that. And this is not a drive-by against women.
Whether it's your drive-by or not, I'm just saying that to be realistic and for someone who is being intentional, who really wants to find their mate, okay, and not aiming for a man to spend money or a trophy, okay, woman, you're actually intentional about finding the right person for you, finding that person who completes you in a way. I think this discussion is for you. And
That's right.
why we say this is we want you.
I have to be intentional. Improve the whole essence. Sorry, the whole essence of this conversation. Oh, yeah, talk.
No.
No vex.
No, but just it's like you carry it off my mouth. Just
you know, saying at the truth they forget. So make I no forget.
I go get
and
Jota
now I
for
don't
you.
forget what I want to
I go get Jota for you.
Chai.
You see, they carry.
And I wanted to make such a great point.
You want drop them as they hot, but you want carry for Martin no hot.
Like improve on yourself. I don't remember him.
So that's it.
Continue to improve on yourself.
Okay.
Personal improvement, personal growth. It will help you to hit that mark where the people you want will want you back. Now, if they don't, it's their own loss.
Okay, now make I just take him because the shalaye it makes sense.
That wasn't shalaye. That was some real facts.
That wasn't shalaye. That was some real facts.
Head as a gun head.
You just call me a hater.
I did not.
You know I'm your biggest fan.
I know.
Huh?
I know.
What are you doing? It's like you.
I'm in a very good mood
you
today.
You can't let me verse it out.
I'm in a splendid mood today.
You can't let me verse it out. Like I'm starting at your mission.
Let me pamper you, baby. Come now. Come
Which
now.
pamper?
Come
Day
now.
or day, please.
Come now.
Yes.
Ready, Abomma. Olama. Munye dia.
Oh God.
Munye dia.
Munye dia.
Munye dia now. Her husband's wife. Munye dia.
No.
Whatever.
Call wife.
Scrap that. I'm sorry, I'll do better at another time.
Oh, if like this ain't your shit. Sorry, this ain't you.
Okay.
Can you try it later on?
I'll try some other time. But right now, we have to conclude.
Yes, wrapping it up. But
yeah.
Something I wanted to say when you were talking about attracting something is it's okay to actually change. You know, because sometimes you set out looking for a particular thing, hoping to get something. You might find the person, but not really suiting the taste or suiting that idea you have. Sometimes people help people grow.
Yeah.
Sometimes people help people bring out the best. You see potential. You know, you see that this person has the capability.
So you can raise the person up.
You can. Okay,
you're not talking from the point of someone down looking up, but someone up looking down
and then pulling.
So do not look down on other people.
So don't feel like this person is not your class.
I think men do that all the time. Women lack the capacity to, step down and pick someone
Says
up
who?
below their class.
Says
but men always marry below their class and elevate the woman. The woman.
If the
That's what I'm saying.
Women marry
up and men marry down. Yeah.
Not all the time.
Almost every single time.
Not all the time.
Okay.
Well, all I'm saying is you can still elevate that person who has the potential to be the one for you if they got it. Because
Yeah.
there's what they call, they say raw talent. If they've got the
Potentials.
raw talent, okay, they just need to, to be elevated. Just sprinkle a little bit of dust
Yeah.
and
The magic
know,
dust.
bring out their finesse.
Mhm.
You do that.
Polish them.
Remember, or the
Burnish
thing be
them.
say, if you do that work, make sure no be say if you finish the work, somebody else will come
So
and
go
take
and collect them. That happens to guys all the time, dude. I think I'll have to cancel that advice. Protect.
It happens. It could happen to anybody.
Protect your
It
future.
could happen to anybody.
Bro.
It could happen to anybody.
Mm.
Okay, whether male or female, it could happen to anybody.
So first thing is identify who your mate is. Be where your mate is. Okay, especially with things happening around social media, fake lifestyles and things. You have to cut through the clutter and identify who your mate really is.
Amen.
And be where that person can
Amen.
be
It's like
found.
put yourself in the right place at the right time. So, I mean, you never can tell. You might end up having to tell the story of how I met your father.
That's right. And be who you want to attract.
Mm-hmm.
All of this happened with us.
And another thing is to never change who you truly are because you want to fit a particular idea of
Mold.
someone who you think is your person.
So finding a mate. How did you find your mate?
I wasn't really looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking and I found my mate. So it's crazy. When they say, all those tips
Dropped
we're
right
getting,
into your lap.
I wouldn't say dry. I worked for it.
Did you
I
put
made-
yourself where your mate was?
I think, this is where I say faith or,
Fate did it for you.
yes, it did it for me.
Brought it all the way from wherever
All the way from wherever I was because
you deserved it.
fate knew that, my mate would be lost without me. Like without me, their life would be
Lost
miserable.
without you.
Like they wouldn't know how to live or cope with themselves. Like they would have a miserable life. So it was like, you know what? I'm gonna do your mate a favor. I'll just bring them right.
Did
to
you become who your mate or who you wanted your mate to be?
I said, I give it to my mate because he made me a better person.
Wow.
Yeah, I give it to my mate. I give it to you. Who am I talking about, my mate? I give it to you, honey. You made me a better person. Okay, you put some work in, and I also put some work in. And I did put some work in.
That's right.
So, yes.
She backed it up. She put
Yes.
some work in
So I
that.
put some work
A
in.
lot of junk
So
in the
that's what
trunk.
good mates actually do. You guys grow together. So
Yeah.
if you find that person, like I said, they compliment you, and compliment you means they actually help you grow.
If you're my child, if you're my child in the future and you're wondering how I met your mom, it was by chance. I had to travel all the way from point A to point B to find her. And if I hadn't taken that chance, I don't know what my life would have become. I feel like sometimes that God actually has a special place in his heart for me because he helped me to find the right woman, even when I didn't deserve it. Even when I was reckless, I was strong-headed. I was like Jonah in the belly of the fish. I wanted to go this way. And you know how God dragged Jonah, say, you must go this way. You must go this way. I was like, let me go, man. Let me the heck alone. I want to go that way. He said, lie. You die here. So this is me appreciating God right now because sometimes you don't see what God has planned for you. I wasn't a settling guy, like, family guy, like, I wanted to be free. I wanted to be a bird in the sky, nothing holding me down. But God said, you die here. And he really helped me. So this is me acknowledging you, the things you've done in my life, the things you're doing in my life. You surprise me every single day. Like sometimes I ask myself, how lucky could one guy be? So thank you for being a part of my life. And that's how it's done.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So that's how we wrap it
no.
up today. Please do remember to subscribe. Okay, it's Besty and Smoke podcast. I'll let her recover. Besty and Smoke
Yes,
podcast.
I need
all right?
that.
On Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, all right? On YouTube. We're also on Spotify. Do check us out on Spotify. We've been trying to get on Apple Podcasts, but it's taking a little longer to do. We are on Amazon Podcasts. We have currently gotten on Amazon Podcasts, okay? So you can listen to us anywhere you are in the world, or you can watch us on YouTube, all right? Just check out those handles showing on your screen right now. We really have to bounce. It's been amazing having you. Always a great joy to share these moments with you.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still speechless. I can't even
I just
ask her
waiting
for
for
last
you to
I can't-
wrap up.
I can't ask her for last words.
I do what I want to do. I just want you to end, so I do what I want to do.
So until the next time we're here,
Ciao.
This is Besty and Smoke podcast.
Talking the BS.